Electric bikes are fast becoming commonplace on our streets, with many people choosing an e-bike to replace short car trips. As well as the health benefits, e-bikes are environmentally friendly, and because of the cycling assist they provide, makes them ideal for hillier and longer journeys. What are the key things you should consider when choosing an electric bike?
Well, the first thing to think about, Nick, is what you're going to use it for. For many people, they'll be using their bike for local journeys, perhaps riding to work. A hybrid will be perfectly suitable. It'll be comfortable, easy to look after, not too heavy, and probably reasonable price. If you want something a bit more sporty, you might want a mountain bike, and that's going to have suspension. That'll add a bit of weight, and also likely add a bit of cost. If you want to be riding a road bike with a bit of electric assist, that'll be lighter, thinner tyres, a bit more sporty, and again, a little bit more expensive. We've also got folding bikes, and these are for people if you want to be taking your bike perhaps on the train or putting it in the back of your car and driving to where you're going.
Does the terrain affect your choice of bike?
The terrain affects the choice of battery so much as the choice of bike. If it's a particularly hilly terrain, you're going to want to make sure that you've got a good battery that's got a long range, and you're going to need to consider how you use your bike and make sure that you're using your battery efficiency. The surface that you're riding on is what will make a big difference to the type of bike you want. If you're riding a lot off-road, then perhaps you want something with a bit of suspension, slightly bigger tyres, make it easier. If you're riding on-road, something simple like a hybrid will probably be suitable.
E-bikes are becoming very popular with more mature people. What specifications should be considered when selecting a suitable e-bike?
For people who are more mature who are considering a bike, whether they've got mobility issues or not, they may find it easier to have a step-through frame. Many people now are choosing step-through frames, and a lot of the bike hire schemes, for example, use a step-through frame because they're more versatile. They're easier to get on and off. You may also want to consider the weight of the bike. Electric bikes will of course be heavier than a bike that doesn't have a battery. So when you're choosing a bike, you may well want to choose a bike with walk assist, and this will help you manoeuvre the bike when you're off it as well as you're on it.
With so much choice, what would be the most important advice you would give to someone thinking of getting an e-bike, especially if they've not ridden one before?
I would say one of the most important things would be to spend a bit of time getting familiar with the bike before you go for any distance on it. Take a bike out for a test ride, have a good feel of how you ride it, how it works for you. I would also say it's important to think about the absolute basics. Hold the brakes as you get on and off the bike, making sure that you're holding the bike steady. We find a lot of people when they're returning to cycling haven't been on a bike for a bit. They're as likely to fall over a bike as they are to fall off it. So I'd highly recommend people have some training.
What about people buying on a budget?
There are electric bikes available at all price ranges, and it is perfectly possible to get an electric bike when you're on a budget. You will have to look at what it is you want and what you want to use it for, and make sure that you're choosing a bike that is going to meet your needs. Electric bikes have a range of batteries, and that's often the component that will make the difference in price. So have a look at what the options are for the battery and what you need it for. Whatever your budget, make sure that you buy a bike from your local bike shop. They'll be able to help you choose the right bike that's right for you, and make sure that they'll be able to service it or know where you can get it serviced regularly so that you'll be able to enjoy your bike for many years.